So now, after finishing Melody Time, we have The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad. As far as movies on that, let's see. I definitely liked it more than the Three Caballeros. Um, Ichabod was always one of my favorites as a kid, but watching it back, there was like no substance to it, and I'm pretty sure Ichabod was the villain. Like he was clearly just trying to get with this girl because she had money, and this other guy I think liked her because she was beautiful, and I think maybe he had his own reasons. Like Dopey is Oral Roberts University. Yeah, of course. I'm assuming that's a sports reference, and I know sports. But yeah, so what I was saying is, uh, the other guy who actually ends up marrying the girl, I think had his own reasons, but he was clearly the hero. Like Ichabod was kind of an ass, and you know he he was the only person also scared of the Headless Horseman when he was singing that song. Um, it was a Ichabod's a weird movie. Honestly, it's this is gonna rank higher because Mr. Toad was a lot better than I remembered. I actually enjoyed the story of Mr. Toad, and because I didn't remember anything about it, I actually was glued to the TV watching it. So actually, I think Mr. Toad is gonna take The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad above Dumbo because I think I enjoyed watching Mr. Toad more than I liked Dumbo. All right, and then the characters that I got from that: Mr. Toad, Ichabod, and the Headless Horseman. So, Mr. Toad. Mr. Toad had a lot going for him. He is a skilled horse rider. So I think obviously in a fight with Bambi, gets on his back, runs him over a cliff. I think that'd be a fun fight. He can jump heights of over 4 times his size. He's very charismatic. I think he could talk his way. Kind of like how I thought the mirror could like. No one wants to marry someone named Ichabod. Yeah, yeah, that's true. I wish I could remember what the other guy's name was because I could say whether or not somebody would want to marry a guy with that name. But yeah, Ichabod, he's pretty icky. Icky bod. He got an icky bod. Oh man, I I shouldn't be allowed to stream. Uh, anyway, so for Mr. Toad, he can jump heights of 4 times his size. He's charismatic. He can talk his way out of a situation. So what I was saying is, it's kind of similar to the mirror, where I was saying the mirror could basically like be Snow White just by like making her go sad. I think he could basically like trick Snow White like the evil queen did with his words. He's very cunning. He's very just. I think he's a guy that anyone would trust. And he's an escape artist. He did show the ability to sneak pretty well to get out of jail. Um, so yeah, I think starting him at the mirror is probably the best. I think they're a good comparison for each other. Um, I think he would easily break the mirror. I think he would just walk out to the mirror and be like, "Oh," and smash it. I think he's one of those people who realize just smashing the mirror is the easiest way to beat that. Him and Dumbo. I think he could probably trick Dumbo into thinking he actually can't fly, and even if he did, I think he could hop on his back and kind of ride him into a wall. um, so I think he could hold his own against Dumbo. Jiminy. Oh, and also, I forgot. I had more information on Jiminy this week, but I don't think it was any information that was going to change where he was. So Jiminy jumped 7 feet, so very tall based on his height. So that ratio, and he showed that he was faster than a cat, but he could not fight the cat. So he did show some weakness that a cat could fight. I think in a fist fight, I think Toad's got him. So I think I'm gonna put him up. You know what? I think the best place for Mr. Toad right now is above Jiminy and under Panchito. Because I think, once again, Panchito's got those guns. So there's really not much, I think. Frogs eat crickets. Oh, you know what? That's a good case, Juicy. Frogs do eat crickets. So yeah, I think that's a great place for Mr. Toad. Um, as far as Ichabod, he really is just. I think he's worse. I think Bambi could beat him. What do I have for him? He did show a high pain tolerance, like he was on fire, I think, at one point, and did not care for a few moments. And he was also very charismatic. But other than that, he's just like a normal person, and I feel like in a fight with adult Bambi, like adult Bambi's gonna wreck him like you wrecked that guy who wanted to get with his girl. So I think I'm gonna put Ichabod under Bambi. I think that's the best place for Ichabod. And then as far as the Headless Horseman, a lot of the Headless Horseman's information is just based on the legend that the Brawly guy is telling during his song. So he is a swordsman. He can scare horses away, basically scare the ghost out of a horse, basically scaring them dead. Uh, so let's start him at the bottom. Since he did fight Ichabod, obviously I think he's gonna go above Ichabod. Ichabod got the crap scared out of him, basically shit himself. So I think with that he's going above Ichabod. Bambi, same thing. I think Bambi would get scared of him. Oh yeah, it's the Headless Horseman. Bambi would absolutely get scared of him, run away. Um, I think Timothy wouldn't be scared of him, but he would go to like fight him, and the Headless Horseman would just like have his horse stomp on Timothy. So I think he'll go above Timothy. What do we got down here? Thumper. Thumper very similar. I think he would go to fight, and he would be like, "Yeah, I'm here to fight you," and the Headless Horseman would throw a sword at him, cut his head off, or have his horse like buck him. So I'll put him above Thumper. Now looking at Jose, I think I don't think Jose would fight him. I think Jose would try to dance with them based on all the information that I got from Jose. Yeah, based on all the information that I had from Jose this week, I think he would basically try to dance with the Headless Horseman, and the Headless Horseman would have none of it and just end his life right there. Snow White would get terrified just like she did in the forest. He'd stomp on the mirror. I think Dumbo would get scared. Man, the Headless Horseman's going higher up than I thought he would. Jiminy would get scared. Toad, again, one I don't think would get scared. Actually, he would probably try to trick the Headless Horseman. And I mean, we don't really know much about the Headless Horseman's smarts. But I think I think Jiminy would do the same thing. I think Jiminy would also try to outsmart him. I think for right now, I think I'm gonna put him above Dumbo and under Jiminy. Because I mean, because even though he's a ghost, he really doesn't do much other than ride a horse and be scary. So yeah, I think under Jiminy is the place to be for him. All right, Thumper, to list number 2 with you. Man, and honestly, I did not expect the magic mirror to fall this far down the list. But ever since Juicy mentioned that basically he just needs to be shattered, it's like, what are you gonna do? So yeah, that's it for Ichabod and Mr. Toad, just those 3.